I recently picked up a new, well, it's actually old, but it's new to me. Anyway, a new coffee mug off of eBay. And this mug commemorates both Desert Shield and Desert Storm. And I know that my reviews tend to be pretty dry, pretty straightforward. It's kind of like a how-to video more than anything else. Not really a lot of fun. And generally, I'll put hot drinks like coffee, hot cocoa, stuff like that, into a pretty regular, boring kind of coffee cup. But the only variation on that is when I do a Canadian IMP, and I sometimes use my Expo 67 mug. But I thought this Desert Shield, Desert Storm mug would be perfect for any time I review old brown bag MREs from the 80s and 90s, or anything else from around that period. And in fact, the mug was already featured in a review, the 1987 ham and chicken loaf that I did recently. But it has one thing that's kind of interesting about it that I thought would make for a good video on its own. You can see the graphics here. This is basically Kuwait here. And on this side we have an M1 tank representing the US. And on this side we have a Russian tank. Looks like a T-62 or T-72, something like that, representing the Iraqis. And when you add the hot water, this actually has heat-activated graphics, and the tank over here will disappear. And on the back, you have the Desert Storm with Saddam. And this one's actually a little bit more effective. When you add the hot water, Saddam disappears. And we'll go ahead and do a demonstration here, and we'll see what happens. Alright, let's go ahead and check it out. I'm going to add some hot water to this, and then we'll kind of speed it up, do a sort of a little time-lapse kind of thing, and we'll see what happens. I figure I don't know exactly how often I am going to end up using this mug in reviews, and I don't want to have to go through this each and every time. So this way I figure I have a video that kind of demonstrates everything that this mug does. But let's check out the Desert Shield side first. Go ahead and add the hot water. And you can see after about a half a minute, the Iraqi or Russian tank disappears. It may be too strong of a word. Obviously it can't completely disappear, but it lightens up. It sort of becomes like a little bit of a ghost tank. So this is kind of like a military version, and I guess sort of a less politically incorrect version of those girly glasses from the 70s. I don't know if anybody remembers those novelty glasses that would have pretty girls on them with like negligees and bikinis. And when you add either, I'm not sure if it was a hot or a cold drink, but when you add the drink, the bikini or the negligee would disappear. So it's the same kind of idea, but with tanks instead of bikinis. And there's the ghost tank. Alright, now we'll check out the Desert Storm side. You can see this has the date of the beginning of Desert Storm. Shows a picture of Iraq with Kuwait down in the corner. And we have a US or coalition aircraft carrier and a fighter jet up here. And in the middle we have what I assume is Saddam Hussein, or it could just be an Iraqi soldier. Probably more likely that it's Saddam. And I find this side a little bit more fun and a little bit more effective too. You can kind of see a little bit of a shadow of something in here, but let's see what happens when we add the hot water. Alright, that's even quicker. You can see that basically Saddam disappears, or he kind of turns into a ghost, and all that's left is an oil rig or an oil derrick. Which of course is one of the big issues that was in the Desert Shield and Desert Storm with Kuwait and Iraq. So that was just a quick look and I guess overview of my new Desert Shield and Desert Storm coffee mug. Thank you for watching.